First in library science national and international. First School of Library Science started at Columbia University by Melville Dew. First School of Library Science started on 1887. First Indian University started diploma course in Library Science, University of Madras. First Indian University started degree course in Library Science, Aligarh Muslim University. First Indian University started PG course in Library Science, Delhi University. First All India Conference of Librarians, Lahore 1918. First Indian state which passed Library Act, Tamil Nadu. First Journal of Library Science, Library Journal by Melville Dew. First Library Journal in India, Modern Librarian 1935. First Library Journal published in India, Library Miscellany in 3 languages, English, Gujarati and Marathi in 1912. First Library Science book written by an Indian, Hints on Library Administration by B. H. Mehta in 1913. First Librarian of Imperial Library Calcutta, John Macfarlane. First Librarian of National Library Calcutta, B. S. Kesavan. First Library Association formed in India, and Hridesa Library Association 1914. First National Research Professor in Library Science appointed by Government of India, S. R. Ranganathan. First Director of DRTC, S. R. Ranganathan. First Chairman of UGC, C. Deshmukh. First encyclopedia in the world, Historia Naturalis. Individuals and contributors: Anthony Panizzi, British Museum Code, Bhattacharya Popsai, Sia Cutter Rules for Dictionary Catalogue, Calvin Moore's Descriptors, Literature Search, Calvin Moore's Information Retrieval, Derek de Sola Price Invisible Colleges, Dirk Austin Precise, Douglas Engelbart Augmentation Project, E. J. Coates General Categories, Eugene Garfield Citation Indexing, Frank B. Roger OCLC, Frederick Kilger Medlars, G. Salton Smart, H. P. Quick, Harold Laswell 5Ws, Hayes and Becker Information Storage and Retrieval, J. C. Sharpslick, J. T. Bernal User Study, J. E. Elfaredan Relational Operators, J. O. Kaiser Concrete and Process, J. Howe and Gutenberg Movable Types, Marshall McLuhan Global Village, Melville Dew Relative Index, Mortimer Taub Uniterm Indexing, Norbert Weiner Cybernetics, Robert Barlow SMCR Model, Roger Summit Online, S. R. Ranganathan Chain Procedure, 3-card System, Shannon and Weaver Mathematical Theory of Communication, Ted Nelson Hypermedia, Vannevar Bushman EX, William Gibson Cyberspace, Andra Crespo Keyword Indexing, Gordon Foster ISBN, Nina E. Brown Brownie Charging System, Patricia B. Knapp User Education, Peter for Zero Base Budgeting System. Common Subdivisions / Tables in DDC. Table 1, Standard Subdivisions. Table 2, Area Table. Table 3, Subdivisions of Individual Literatures. Table 4, Subdivisions of Individual Languages. Table 5, Racial, Ethnic, National Groups. Table 6, Languages. Table 7, Persons. Common Auxiliaries and Indicator Digits in UDC. Common Auxiliaries of Language equals. Common Auxiliaries of Form, 0. Common Auxiliaries of Place, 19. Common Auxiliaries of Race, Nationality, equals. Common Auxiliaries of Time. Common auxiliaries of alphabetical and numerical divisions. Common auxiliaries of point of view. 0.00. Common auxiliaries of materials and persons. 03 and 05. Chronology of Copyright Act. Copyright Act Queen Anne, 1709. Literary Copyright Act, 1842. Imperial Copyright Act, 1911. Indian Copyright Act, pre-independence, 1914. International Convention on Copyright, 1948. Universal Copyright, 1952. Delivery of Books and Newspaper Act, India, 1954. Indian Copyright Act, post-independence, 1957. U.S. Copyright Act, new, 1978. U.S. Conference of Fair Use, Confood, 1994. Spiral of Scientific Method. Quadrant 1 between descendant and nadir, verification phase. Quadrant 2 between nadir and ascendant, empirical laws. Quadrant 3 between ascendant and zenith, hypothesizing phase. Quadrant 4 between zenith and descendant, deductive phase. Individuals and their contribution to development of subject indexing. Melville Dew. Subject cataloging through relative index. Charles Amy Cutter. Rules for dictionary catalog. Julius Otto Kaiser's solution. Procedure for systematic order with concrete and process. E.J. Coates. Semantic categories thing, material, property and action. S.R. Ranganathan. Chain indexing, an indexing system based on classification system. J.R. Sharp. Selective listing in combination slick. J.E.L. Faradan. Relational operators, equivalence, self-activity, association, dimensional, reaction, causation, appurtenance, and distinctiveness. Dirk Austin. Preserved context indexing system precise. G. Bhattacharya. Postulate-based permuted subject indexing POPSI. T.C. Craven. Nested phrase indexing system with 4 special characters NEPIS.